Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Backpack Trader Training Room for Tuesday, December 2nd, 2025. Please note the required risk disclosure. This room is for educational and information purposes only. It is not financial advice. Trade your charts, not mine. Trading of this type carries substantial risks and should only be attempted with funds you can afford to do without. All right, that's the end of what we need the disclosure for today. No other sessions, and this new short setup on the YM. Still a minute or so early, so that's a get in sync. YM up at session highs, or just coming off of session highs. $26 ticks to target one. That's big enough. Pound Aussie is in a long trade. Crude is in a short trade that stopped and reversed out of long. See, the long was at 07. The short is at 92. And 92, so we're down 30. Looking for targets 1 and 2. Micro Russell stops out of an early trade, and the YM goes too far. Market is open now. Yeah, YM pushed down right ahead of the market. Unleaded also stop and reverse to short. Second trade of the day. Soybeans has a get in sync long. $11.34 flat. That just triggered in. Soybeans is long. So the Pound Aussie is long. Unleaded is short. Soybeans is long. YM is flat. Crude is short. And Micro Russell is flat. Start time on crude and unleaded is 9 o'clock. Start time on the Pound Aussie is 8:30. Those are both Eastern times. Micro Russell, the YM, and soybeans are 8:30 Central, 9:30 Eastern. Central time is their exchange time. YM is short. Pick up a new short there. And definitely in the trade. And we have a stop and reverse to long at 81, it looks like. Yeah, 78's the entry, so 81 would be the stop and reverse. And we just hit it. So the YM would be long. And a stop and reverse to short at the full stop right now. The long going to target 2 is still our valid setup. Is the trade that we're actually in. And now we do switch to short. pretty much a minimum size trade. Stop and reverse, almost no difference. Let's see. Stop and reverse is going to be at 59.03. And that has not triggered on crude. Little bitty trade. We're going to targets 2 and 3. YM with target, 21 tick target. It's probably going to need a little bit more. We are trailing. Unleaded hits money management. And yeah, it does hit money management. So our stop will move down. So that was at, yeah, 74. So we're going to be at 73. May move down a little bit more. Crude still in the short. Micro Russell with a short. YM stops out down beyond target 4. So that should get us positive. And that's going to be a power of footing. So we'll put unleaded up over that. And looks like not a chance to get in this trade. Start time for the micro NQ is 8:34 Central, 9:34 Eastern. So that starts trailing now, gets target 2. Looking for target 3. And reaching that now with target 4. Micro NQ pushing up fairly strongly. There's target 4. Nice trail, but too early to get involved with this trade, unfortunately. Micro Russell trade is still valid. Unleaded picked up money management so far. Target 1 at 84.32. And hey, there's target 1. And we are trailing 84.56. All right. Micro Russell getting money management. And looks like right at target 3. Let's mark that up first. That's our actionable target right down there. Yep, looks like it hit it. We moved down 2 for money management. We definitely are there. There's our stop at 85.8. It's down to 2. Yeah, it's going to be a 5. Unleaded going through target 2. Unleaded and crude both going through target 2. So targets 1 and 2 were 29 ticks. We need another trade on crude. We're down 1 tick. 3 trade maximum on our mini sessions. Let's see where we are on unleaded. We went from, so we went from 85.01 to 84.74, 26, 27. So we're down 54. $42 and $68. So target 2 is positive. 42, we need 54. 74 to 51 is 23. To our 42 is 65. So both are going to be positive there. We have a short trade on the micro NQ. Short setup, rather. Still valid, but I think we're going to get across on this bar. Maybe. Yep, still valid. Now we do have a cross though, so we'll see if it doesn't close down. Trade is still valid, and the trade is still valid, so that's an entry. Micro Russell getting targets 3 and 4 for its first trade. Unleaded continuing to trail down. This is a power quitting trade there. Soybeans, stops and reverses, too short. While I was watching everything else that went through on me. Entry at 32 1/4, 31 3/4. Yeah, so we'll go. So that means 30 1/4 for money management. That's a tick too high, but that'll. That's our 6-tick minimum. So two positions can't come off at target 2. That was a full. No, let me put a full stop out. Save 3 ticks. Risk of 12. So 9 ticks. We're down 9 points. We'll pick up 8 times 2, 16. We'll pick up 4 points on the 2 target 2s. Target 3 is going to be worth another 3 points. We get down to there. $31.5 for our trailing stop. Full loss on micro NQ. Nice win on micro Russell. Root is done, continuing to push down. Unleaded, nice trailer here, 83.81, just shy of target 3. Pound Aussie still right around the entry. Testing the 20 simple moving average. And a new short on the micro NQ. Yep, definitely in the trade. This gave us another chance at the entries. See if this one is able to push down. 83.76 on unleaded. Still no third trade for crude. Long trade on micro Russell. That does trigger in. I need 5 ticks. Key level, making that a very small. Target 1 being pretty small, so you have to move a fair amount of movement to get up. $83.73 for unleaded. Micro Russell just missing money management. Second loss on micro NQ. And the We have a long setup that has not triggered. And there's a short setup that cancels the long. Touch the entry, but that's going to be, at least for the moment, get in sync. Yeah, there's your entry. So entered into the short. Third short trade. First two have been losses. Micro Russell taking heat. And that's one tick from the stop. Still alive. Unleaded continuing to trail down. 83.58. Crude still trailing down on its short as well. Full loss on Micro Russell, and we transition to a short. And that one has just enough of a wick to give us target 1 to 1.14 ticks, 1.4 points. And that is where our money management will be. Target at target 3. And Micro NQ takes the third loss. That ends that session. Just caught up in the noise there. So we will bring unleaded back where it normally stays. Target 3 on soybean. No, not target 3. We touched the stop on the nose, 31.5. So we picked up 4 points plus an additional half point, 2 ticks for 1 tick in 2 positions. So 4.5 points. We're still down 4.5 points after 2 trades. So we'll need another trade on soybeans. Unleaded getting a long trade set up there. Crude could get a long setup if it closes above the balance line. That would be our third trade. Wouldn't be one I like, but Micro Russell back into positive territory on its trade. Unleaded stops out at 58, 83.58. So from 84.74, 116. Yeah, 116 ticks on the trailer. Turned into a nice trade. That is power of quitting on 2 trades. Money management on the Micro Russell. Trade number 3 there. Win and loss so far. This one's going to be at least break even. So YM is positive on, I think, 2 or 3 trades. Crude is down 1 tick, needing another trade. Micro Russell is a break-even stop out. Unleaded is done on 2 trades. Soybeans is down 4.5 points on 2 trades. Stop and reverse loss and a target 2 positions at target 2 win. And then 1 tick on the trailer times 2 positions. Micro Russell with a long trade. Definitely in the long trade, even if it was too fast initially. Came back and gave us a second entry. No, actually, yeah, it came back and gave us a second entry, but that might. I'm going to let it go. Yeah, it had to. Okay, it was. Yeah, it's fine because it had to move up 3 ticks. So that's going to be 85. So, yep, that's a valid trade and should be in it. Target 3. Win, loss, break even. And money management. So this one will be at least a break even. Pound Aussie. And just kind of going sideways. Very slight drift upward. Micro Russell trying to make it second win here. Targets 3 and 4 on the Micro Russell, trailing. So that's going to be a solid win. Trailer at target 2, 85.4. Okay, crude finally stopped out on that short trade. 85.9 for the Micro Russell long. Micro Russell and Micro NQ were on Catapult Trader. catapult extreme, either whichever you choose. $86.9 for the micro Russell stop. So stop all the way up to target 4. And micro Russell stops out. Win number 2 on trade number 4. 2 wins, a loss, and a break even. You got almost target 4 on the first trade in the trailer. There is a long trade on crude. That is trade number 3 for the 9 a.m. No, actually, that's trade number 1 for the 10 a.m. session. 9 a.m. session ends up -1 tick. YM pushing up well. Pull back now, continuing another leg up. Running out of steam a little bit. Crude did trigger in. Pound Aussie taking a little bit of heat. Pushing down to the 20 SMA. Long trade on the micro Russell. Micro Russell approaching the session high. Target 4 is up above the session high. 3-tick adjustment for a 14-tick minimum. Comes it to 92. Through with target 1. That'll be a and target 2. So that is quick one and done on the 10 a.m. session. 20 and 32 ticks. 52 ticks, definitely positive on the day. So we have Russell has not triggered. We have 2 more trades on the available on the Russell. We have soybeans still looking for trades, and we're in long on the pound Aussie, but everything else is done. So micro Russell, pound Aussie, and soybeans. Loss number 2 on the micro Russell. One trade remaining there. Still definitely positive. So at least gained at least 18 points. Oh no, we had that's not a loss on the micro Russell. It did not trigger. It was I was seeing the entry marker, and the entry is still valid. Missed the entry by one tick twice now. Short trade, and there it is. Entry. That is trade number 5 now. We did not get a loss in trade number 4. Or trade number long. Never triggered in. So this is trade number 5. 1.2, so that needs to come down 2 ticks to 85.1, 85.0. Money management, so it's at least a break even. So break even on trade number 5. One trade remaining on the micro Russell. Maximum 6 trades. 2 wins, 1 loss, and a break, and 2 break evens. Pound Aussie came back up to the entry again. Trade number 6 on the Micro Russell is long. That more triggers in. And we've got a little bit of a wick and exactly 1.4 points to target 1. Target 3 is going to still be our first actionable target. A little bit bigger than usual, but not significantly so. 1 tick from money management. Soybeans with a potential long trade at 31 3/4. Can't tell if, let's see. Run me down there. Now, cyan still below the yellow. It's going to have to go up a little bit. It will be a get in sync trade if it becomes valid. Money management on the Micro Russell. So the trade number 6 will be at least a break even. We're definitely going to be positive on the session. Ooh. Yep, still long trade is still pending. On soybeans, and there is a break-even stop out on the Micro Russell. So trade number 6 is a break-even. 2 wins, a loss, 3 break-evens. That's right, okay. Lost 6.6 points. And won just over 18. Actually, 3 ticks there, 9 ticks. Almost not so 19 points. So went plus 13, or plus 12 roughly. Yeah, plus 12 and a half. A good day there. And we got a potential stop and reverse here on pound Aussie at, that's going to be at 114. The stop and reverse in key level. Soybeans potential. Pound Aussie has been in this trade already for, what, an hour? Setup was, yeah, 9:23. Excuse me. And now at 10, almost right at an hour, so I'm not going to stick around for that. Soybeans working on picking up a third trade. Not going anything particularly very fast. Let's see. And I still haven't crossed over yet to get the white trade. So at this point, I will call the morning. And we will see everybody tomorrow. 9:30 a.m. regular session. 10:30 a.m. crude oil inventory session. U.S. Eastern time zone. Eastern Standard Time at the moment. So everyone have a good afternoon, and we'll see you tomorrow.